one half of the internet rap duo, the Island Boys, has added 2 new crimes to his growing criminal record. Island Boy Franky Venegas was arrested in Florida on firearms and drug charges this week after pills and an unregistered weapon were found in his vehicle. He was then booked into the Collier County Sheriff's Office. The Island Boys rose to fame on TikTok in 2021 with this video of them doing their original song, I'm an Island Boy, in a pool.
Cause I'm an island boy and I've been trying to make.
It went viral, and eventually they released a music video for the song, currently sitting on 25 million views. But since then, the pair have slowly shown the world their true colors, and various acts of desperation have seen one of them allegedly end up homeless and addicted to drugs. The twin brothers, Franky and Alex Venegas, or Kodiak Red and Fly Soldier, caught our attention with their distinct tattoos, unique hair, love of the islands, and just being possibly the most Florida people who have ever existed. They popped up all over our feeds, and although things looked to be popping off for them a few years ago, internet fame has brought mostly feuds, trouble, desperation, financial issues, and legal problems. From viral fame to making an OnlyFans together and now allegedly not even speaking, let's figure out what's really going on with the Island Boys. Franky and Alex grew up in Florida, being raised by a single mother after the passing of their father. The pair admitted that as teenagers they committed robberies and stole cars, which eventually landed them in jail for a time. They told Adam Grandmaison on his podcast No Jumper that this was when they considered a career in rap. Alex said, "When I was locked up, I had a lot of people were trying to be rappers, so I'm like, it. I'm gonna dive into the game. The only thing that's good for me is robbing, which is not good, or rapping." They were trying to go viral way before their song popped off. Like, they were making music and they were posting videos online. And with a look like theirs, it was only a matter of time before they got some attention. And the look wasn't cheap either. You'd want a return on that investment too.
How much did you spend on all your tattoos? I spent around 30K.
The Island Boy video of them in that pool was everywhere, but it wasn't like people were loving the song. Mostly, people were laughing.
I'ma just island boy. I'ma get key white wine. You're gonna keep that gun.
It would be only 1 month before the brothers had to face the fact that their shtick wasn't as well loved outside of TikTok when they went and performed at a Miami club with this reaction.
And I'm just trying to make it, or I'm an island boy. I put my best down, yeah.
Although pretty much every single comment was negative or insulting them in some way, they still maintained that they had made it and that they were stacking up cash. Honestly, it is so hard to tell if they knew they were a meme or not, like whether they were actually totally ignorant to their situation and thought that this moment would last forever, or if they were like in on the joke. Regardless though, the writing was on the wall, and feeling their attention waning, they decided to have a dramatic encounter with one of the original internet famous controversial brothers, Logan Paul. They appeared on his podcast Impulsive in December of 2021, and about 30 or so minutes into the interview, Logan, shockingly, is trying to give them good advice on managing their money, and co-host George Janko suggested they invest their earnings in case their music career didn't pan out somehow. They did not like this. They claimed that they didn't need financial advice. Then, well, let's just watch the clip.
No, hold on. No, hold on.
Podcast.
No,
Here, I'll move it for you. I was giving you nice advice, bro.
I agree with that.
They just walk out. Poor George, don't you dare try and help me, I'm leaving. Before leaving though, Alex can be heard saying, "You know me from Island Boys, but you know I'm thuggin', bro, right?" Which, I don't know, it's just funny. A lot of people thought that was a funny thing to say. I think it's a bit, sad. Like, of course they don't have any financial literacy. Think about their life up to this point, and also like look at them. The amount that they spent on those tattoos and that hair, they aren't good with money, okay? Not to be mean. Off the back of their walkout though, they got into what would be one of many feuds for the pair. They beefed with Jake Paul, who said if he was there during the episode of Impulsive, he would have, quote, smacked the shit out of them. The Island Boys then started another beef with famous TikToker/YouTuber Bryce Hall, which definitely engaged some attention at the time, but this beef would sort of heat up and die down again at some point though. By this moment in time, like the end of 2021, start of 2022 kind of time, it was pretty clear that the brothers were already kind kind of like desperate to keep their relevance, their fame, and their cash. They started having arguments with each other on live and generated more fake feuds with themselves and other people just to get attention. Cameo became another revenue stream for them, where they were like at one point consistently calling out fans who left negative reviews for the cameos. And then they did this weird one where they promoted joining the military. It was a whole thing. But they were spending money like crazy. They were always decked out in expensive jewelry. They were driving foreign cars, posing with stacks of cash. Their whole thing became about money. But there was just no way they could maintain their cash and image. Like, no way. Over the following year, in 2022, they would steadily lose relevancy. And it was also uncovered that their rental house in Florida was raided by the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Department on a search warrant for their childhood friend, Andrew James Thomas, who faced first-degree murder charges after an 8-year-old girl was killed during a drive-by shooting. It also turned out they were in a lot of debt. Their former manager went on No Jumper in late 2022 and revealed that their flashy lifestyle was essentially fake and that they owed him around $150,000. In 2023, things get weird, sad, and wildly desperate. The Island Boys launched an OnlyFans, and in order to promote it, posted videos where they were making out with each other. Before you ask, yes, they are twins, so yes, this is incest. It's a pretty horrifying look into the lengths they were willing to go to maintain money and fame. It's genuinely, to me, like pretty disturbing. And if you thought that was bad, they took similar acts even further on their actual OnlyFans page, much to the disgust of pretty much everyone. The incest angle, although got them some attention, didn't do much to improve their rapidly deteriorating financial situation. Not only had they been bleeding cash, their actions meant that they now had zero credibility, and any brand would be insane for choosing to work with them. Their music career had zero chance of ever really taking off. Like nobody was going to take these guys seriously anymore. From here, their desperation grew into something scarier. Becoming regulars on Jack Doherty's stream, they seemed to mostly just endure him ridiculing them until this moment where things get out of control.
Yeah, you sold to the devil.
Oh, so he started it. Okay.
That poor girl. There's no excuse for that behavior. You know what I mean? It seems that between then and now, the brothers have fallen out. And as of right now, they apparently aren't even speaking to each other. While Alex has moved on to have a child and get engaged to his girlfriend Kayla, much to her father's dismay.
Do you like your dad or mom better?
My dad.
Alright, Dad. She misses you, bro.
Franky has been on a very different path. He's been accused of battery or physical violence towards women on 3 separate occasions, one leading to his arrest in 2023 and an order to stay away from his ex-girlfriend. In 2024, Franky was arrested again, this time on reckless driving charges, and he attempted to tell police he was his brother, Alex. Like, that's dark. Literally tried to frame your brother for a crime. Like, come on, man. The betrayal wasn't that huge of a surprise, though, as the Island Boys had been publicly fighting online for some time, with Alex accusing Franky of being a drug addict as well as homeless, and Franky more recently claiming Kayla's drug use led her child to being in the NICU.
She did not do one substance while she was pregnant. And our baby's not a NICU.
Ugh. Franky claimed that he was sober though.
As you can see, I've been sober from December 6th all the way to the 29th. So I've been sober for 23 days.
Very convincing, which brings us to his latest charges and the current state of the Island Boys' relationship. According to the Collier County Sheriff's Office report, Franky Venegas was arrested Sunday, 23rd of February at around 10 p.m. local time. The report says that a plastic baggie of pills was found, which included oxycodone and echinophenolate pills, both painkillers he did not have a prescription for. An unregistered handgun was also found, and a cut straw with white powder inside. Despite both Island Boys appearing in a TikTok together as recently as December 2024, according to Alex, who spoke to TMZ this week, he and his brother are not on speaking terms, and Franky actually moved out of his house over a year ago after the two were having constant and intense arguments. Alex also says he sees himself as a family man now and that their paths are very different, adding that he believes they both have some growing up to do. Despite this though, Alex says he still has his brother's back and has apparently been trying to reach him since the arrest but hasn't been able to get through. Alex, or Fly, does seem to be doing a bit better than his brother. He's not currently in jail, so he's doing better. But even as he goes through the ordeal of seeing his child in NICU, he still can't seem to put the phone down. But part of me is what else can this guy do? What job can he get? He needs to provide for that child, and I can't really imagine another way for him to make money in a normal way, considering his online footprint. You know what I mean? The rise and fall of the Island Boys is kind of a tragic story to me in a lot of ways. The fleeting nature of online fame has pushed both of these people to do some really, really insane things. The cost of blindly pursuing fame might just be your mental health, your relationships, and your dignity. I think people also forget, they're pretty young. When they rose to fame, they were barely 20 years old, and now they're still not even 25. They both have ample time to turn their lives around. But it's also, again, just doesn't surprise me that they burned through all their money the way they did, considering their age, their vibe, and their background. As for what will happen now, your guess is as good as mine. Jail time? Probably. Thank you for watching, everybody. I was thinking about that song so much. I'm an island boy. It wasn't as bad as I remembered it being. Is that bad? I'm not saying it's good, but I remember it being terrible, and I was Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We do 5 videos a week on everything happening in the internet. Anything you're confused about, write me a comment. Should I release some music? I could do an Island Boy remix or something. Thoughts? See you tomorrow.